Woo. Woo. Okay. Wow, wow. It's been a while. Welcome. Welcome to my live stream. Woo. Yeah, sorry about that. I've been absent. I know, I know. I was in the US, Florida, uh, last month. And I thought I would do live stream from there. I mean, anytime I went to the US, I still did live stream once a week sort of situation. But this time, things were different. Much, much different. uh, yeah, I have a family. It was you know, visiting my family with a 2-year old toddler. Um, so yeah, it's like, I was either doing taking care of a hero or attending like family events. So I absolutely didn't have a time to do live stream. I did just one time, but I was so tired from all the jet lag and events and all that kind of stuff. And then, uh, you know, during the weekends, I had family events, and taking care of a hero in general. So yeah, I couldn't do that. And then on the weekend of arrival, um, yeah, I was still organizing stuff, and then tax declaration, guys. It's time. It's actually in Japan is the fiscal year, end of fiscal year. So we have to do many things, and tax declaration is one of those things. And I have a business owner. I am a business owner. I have to do it by myself. So, and I am still doing that on the process. It's a lot, and I'm just still going through tax things. So yeah, last weekend I couldn't do that. I also had to catch up with my kenbu, sword dancing, um, because I have a performance next month, April. So I had a lot to do, so I couldn't do a live stream for a while. I apologize, but I hope you remember me. But the good thing is I have many things to talk about, so there's that. Jared. Jared Diamond. How's the weather in Japan? Um, it's been warming up. Yeah, it's going into a spring season, which means um, hay fever season. Yeah, it's huge in Japan. Uh, More than half of the population have hay fever, the pollen allergy, the pollen of cedar trees. It's very strong, and actually, I'm taking medicine like allergy medicine, and doing all these, nasal spray, um, eye drops, all the allergy prevention, and I'm kind of like okay now. But this morning, I was sneezing a lot, so much snot coming out of my nose, watery, itchy eyes. It's so awful. But now that I took medicine, it's fine. But yeah, many people are suffering from pollen allergy. Joseph, おはよう、こんにちは、お元気ですか? Cool. Alex, yay, welcome back. I have your Insta. Oh, cool, cool. That's why you got the notification, and I gave up. I gave notification というか、when I go live stream, I always give a heads up on Instagram stories. So, yeah, glad you made it. Johnny the Wizard, Wizkid. This is my first time joining your live stream. よろしくお願いします。Thanks for joining. Hola. Good day, welcome back. Oh, welcome back, Frank. Susan. Not really up to date on Japan's news, aside from some narrative running around about Japan banning tourists. Not read into it. Oh, does anybody know about that? Ban tourists? I don't think that's a thing. I don't know. McLovin, if I am working remote for a foreign company, can I continue that job on merit visa in Japan, or is that not allowed? I find mixed answers on internet. まあ mixed answers だと思うよ。I think that's because I think it affects merit visa. It affects because working remote for foreign company, right? That potentially means that you are not taxing. You are not paying so much tax in Japan. And that can affect. But if you if you make so much money and then paying like taxes in Japan, then I don't think that affects. So I think it depends on your income and then which country you are doing tax and all the other information, not just because of the fact that you are working for a foreign company. So yeah, it's always best to ask the lawyer, visa lawyer, immigration lawyer. They are really helpful. I also find some like nani immigration lawyers in Japan, like giving information on Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, I take notes from those accounts. Mari, thanks for the super chat. First super chat. By the way, guys, I have a few more stickers for people who do super chat, like multiple super chat, either multiple super chat or like big super chat. So keep an eye on it. It's a Women's Day. Okay, then I'll go with pink. I just picked it up, but Women's Day. I didn't know it's on Women's Day. 確かにね。I think I've heard of it. It was much. Yeah. Thank you, Mati. Thank you so much for the support. Yep. I forgot to put the note about it, right? Let me add, because some people might be new to my channel or live stream, so good. Anthony, welcome back. I still plan to buy a home and retire in Japan, going for the first time this year, July. Sounds good. Yeah, I think Japan is good for like after retirement destination. That's because it's not just it's not just because it's cheaper, but like if you want to move to Japan and want to work in Japan, it's it's a struggle. Many foreigners in Japan struggle to get a decent job, and they can't really choose the place to live. Like job offers are mostly in like big cities, right? Um, but if you don't really have to work, if you're already retired, then you can buy a house like cheaper, bigger, much bigger houses outside Tokyo area. So I think yeah, Japan is good for like after retirement. I mean, of course, if you are not like old or if you haven't retired yet, I think it's still worth it if you like Japan, if you like Japan enough. But you know, especially for those who are retired. Happy International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. Nice. I was madly checking Insta to see the notification. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Instagram. I haven't even uploaded so much on Instagram. Oh, okay. It's just Justin. It's just Justin. Did you eat lunch? Did you? I mean, I kind of woke up late. Not too late. I had breakfast late. Yeah. So yeah. But I had a breakfast, but not lunch yet. I would like Japanese to get more interested in speaking English. Hello, hello. Hi.
Monkey.
Oh, monkey.
Monkey guy.
Oh, you remember what to do here, huh? Oh, wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. Monkey. Hi, monkey. Hi, 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 hi.
Pink.
Pink だね. Yeah, it's a color pink. Beta. Nice. Kuru 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 kuru. Kuru kuru is onomatopoeia for turning, like round. You can do round and round, right? Wheels on a bus go round and round, round and round. So, I don't know if you could recognize, but it was the song. Right? Which one? これ? どれ? Which one? Ramen? Ramen, yeah. Ramen. Noodle, yeah.
開けるのね。
そう、開けるんだよ。
これ。
はい。
ねと。
Yeah. He can say many English words.
これピク。
Pink.
ピク。
Right? Okay. Thank you.
Good.
What can you say, Hiro-kun? What can you say in English? Well, you already sung a song. Wheels on a bus go. Nice. Round and round, round and round.
Like rainbow, all the colors, numbers.
Right.
Dinosaur. Truck.
So many truck, like monster truck, grave digger.
Grave digger.
でこか。
digger.
Can you say grave digger?
これピク。
Can you say space?
Space.
Space.
Yeah, we went to Kennedy Space Center. So
Bye-bye.
yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye.
So
Yeah, bye-bye.
bye bye to this camera. Yes.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Nice.
行こう。電車乗らないの?
Yeah, go. You go for
Adventure
adventure.
だよ。
Adventure. Yeah, he learned so many new words. And then sometimes he can make very small sentences in English. He can sing in English. So yeah. And he also learned how to blow kisses. from his grandma, Nana. Yeah, I think it's important, very, important experience living in the US, staying in the US, experiencing life in the US, because half of his origin comes from the US. So it was a really good trip. I would like Japanese to get more interested in speaking English, but mostly they feel it's not necessary. What do you think can inspire and motivate them to want to learn English? なんか I don't like the idea. まあ but first of all, I think there are many like Japanese people who are open to learn English and try to communicate in English. That's first. You haven't just found them yet. And you don't make them want to learn English, right? Like you don't control other people's narrative. You don't. Just don't. If a person doesn't want to learn English, not interested in English, not interested in communicating with you, then that's not the person for you. Just let them. You just find someone who are open to learn English and then talk with them. Right? And be open to any people who are interested in you, right? Whether they don't speak English or speak English. So I think that's the mindset you should have. You don't try to make them speak English. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my honest opinion. But some people might know the answer. I heard one of the towns cancels their Sakura festival due to bad behavior from some tourists. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, which is quite sad. But that's Japan, right? Like, I don't like that behavior. Sure, bad tourists. Yeah, sure. But like, if you don't, if you want to, come think of something else rather than just cancel everything. You know what I mean? That's how Japan goes. Like, oh, there is a trouble. Let's just cancel everything. You know what I mean? I don't like that. How Japanese people do that. You know? Oh, one foreigner did a bad thing. Just ban all the foreigners, right? Like that. Like, think of some kind of solutions, right? Frank, how was the flight home and did you suffer much jet lag? So, interestingly, jet lag coming back here is not that bad. I mean, I feel a little bit of tired. I have to adjust a little bit. True, but going back time is much much harder. It just always makes me feel sick or makes me just sick. This time I almost fainted. I'm not joking. It was the fourth day of arrival in the US, and then we have like 14 hours of time difference, right? Jet lag was huge, especially after the long trip, right? Was so tired and super jet lagged, and you know, it really drains me so bad. And then yeah, on the fourth day, we had a big family gathering to celebrate Justin's grandpa's, because they come from Spanish family. Papito. Papito's 90 years old birthday was a big party. I was wearing kimono, kind of like kimono is kind of suffocating, right? It's not really comfortable to wear. there's that too. But because of all the jet lag and how tired I was, I felt really sick, like coming towards the party. And then I couldn't even stand. I couldn't even stay stand, and I had to uh, leave the party a little earlier, which was really, yeah, bummered. It was bummer. Um, but that's how bad it is. The jet lag going there from Japan, uh, going back to the going back time. It was really bad. Yeah. And thinking about it, like in thinking about all the other trips, even though, I didn't have anything, like I was just by myself, I could, sleep on the sleep on the airplane because I didn't have to take care of, my child or anything, relaxing flight. I can just sleep whenever I wanted to, because there's no like so many like family events, or um again, I didn't have to take care of my child or anything because I was just by myself. I was like just fine, but even so, I was always like got sick, and then I had a fever, or like I got super hungover, just having a few drinks, or like those kind of things all happened even when I was like single, and then I didn't have so many things to do there. So yeah, this time, on top of those difficulties, jet lags and stuff like that, I also had to take care of Hiro, who is also suffering from jet lag. And yeah, moving places because of the family events, all that kind of stuff that really made me feel sick. And also, I'm getting gold. Getting gold sucks. So yeah, this time the trip and jet lag was really bad. Yeah, I will have my own business set up. I feel it in my heart. My wife is a Japanese woman. That is why I need to move to Japan so that she can find me. Great. Uh, Hiro. Greeting, cute kid. Here's the here's the Hurricane. Yes, Hurricane is back. Yeah, Hiro ne got bigger. He learned so many things from the US trip. Yeah. Noise. Hope you enjoyed being in Florida. I did. Overall, I did. The first week was rough because of the jet lag, but yeah. Do you think chatting 4 or 5 days in apps is okay to ask for a date, or should I wait longer? Don't wait any longer. 4 or 5 days is already kind of long to me, Ask her out within 3 days. うん。ね。まあ just making sure I'm... Seymour! Sorry, Seymour. ね。I skipped Seymour's super chat. Sorry about that. なんか I skipped some of the comments even. Sorry. But Seymour, I hope you are still here. Sorry about that. Thanks for the super chat. Okay. Technically, they all use in Japanese English. Loan words or whatever it's called. The katakana words probably a better term than that for what I mean. Those just borrowed from other languages. Yeah, Japanese language many we borrow many words. I think English does too. English borrows many like German language, French and mostly yeah European languages. But yeah, katakana really fucks you up, right? Like coffee or coffee. Yeah, it's hard to spell it right in katakana. Frank, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate your vibes. Thank you. Angelite, welcome back. The friend I visited in Toyohashi, I met during their homestay in New Zealand. Oh, she had decent English back then, but during the visit last year, she had forgotten pretty much all of it. I think it's not like forgot all of it, but I think she forgot how to do output. You know, she has all the input, like she knows grammars, words, but she forgot like she kind of like out of practice and then uh forgot how to do outputting, like how to speak, right? That's when it happened after my first yeah, exactly, the homestay language school in the US. After that, I kind of forgot how to like talk with talking in English. And especially if when it comes to like public places, um, I felt really self-conscious about my English, and I felt like people around me, like strangers, judge me for speaking English and stuff like that. Cause that's a thing, right? Like I feel like many Japanese people, including past myself, are very self-conscious about it, and then kind of hesitate to talk in English in public, right? They are fine if it's like face to face, like private chat with you, but not in public. Feel embarrassed, self conscious about talking in English. Uh, like I don't have that anymore, of course. Now that I have a American husband, it's just makes sense to me talking in English anywhere. But many Japanese people feel like, is it the right place? People like, would people judge me? My English, the fact that I'm speaking in English. So I can totally understand the the her point of view. Jerome, yo. People are increasingly losing the ability to differentiate differentiate. They only see things in black and white, yet life is so full of color. Yes, yes, I like that. Honcho means leader in Japan, and used the same way. Same with skoshi meaning a little. I will have skosh. はいはいはいはい。なんか I've heard of it. First year of being a parent for me meant very, very little sleep. Yes, worth it, but not easy. Least of all if there were travel involved. Yeah. How long does it take to get the marriage visa, and can you get it while one is in Japan and the other still in own country? I don't think so. So basically, to apply marriage visa, you have to live with the partner. Um, that's the basic rule. But if you have a reasonable reason, reasonable reason, reasonable excuse, I don't know. If you have a reason why you are not living, why you don't have the same address, your address, uh, then you have to explain it. And if they think that's reasonable, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So it's always best, the safe, if you guys are together, physically together, living together, right? If not, they will, you are giving a reason for them to just say, oh, that's a fake marriage. You just want a visa or something like that, right? So, yeah. But, yeah. So basically, you will apply marriage visa um, after you move to Japan, and I think uh, you can get some kind of visa uh, until the marriage visa is accepted. うん、そうね。But again, it's always best to ask for immigration lawyer. They know much better than me. But yeah, but in my case, just sharing my case, me and my husband, we didn't have the same address when he first applied his marriage visa, spouse visa, right? I was still in my last address. I haven't changed the address, but we were living together. I was living in Justin's house. The apartment he had contract with, and then I was just staying there. But I haven't changed my address yet because we were going to move in together to this place, right? So technically, our address was different. So we had to explain that, you know. Uh, we are trying to find a new place. In the very near future, we're gonna move in within like a few months, and also at that point I was pregnant. We were expecting a kid. We have all the right reasons to be accepted as a partner. We turned in many pictures of us together. We took, actually the immigration lawyer came to Justin's house, and then she took some pictures of us together in the house. It was interesting. The lawyer, she also took a picture of our bathroom sink to show that I have took there are two toothbrushes. There are like so many female male products here. This shows that they are living together みたいな. So you have many like proofs that you guys are actually together. So yeah, I don't think the living separately alone is not the issue. Again, there are so many other factors they will consider. So you have to prove that you guys are married and you guys are actually together in many ways. So yeah, that's what I can say. But always best to ask for immigration lawyer. How long does it to take get the marriage visa だったね。That was the original question. How long? I think it took 3 months くらいかな。It takes a few months to get accepted. But during the visa, until the visa get accepted and then you get the visa, you will have like the documentation. So you are not like illegal immigrant, right? If you have that official document, even if you are still on the process to get a visa, you are still allowed to be in Japan. So don't worry about it, even if it takes long. I've been wanting a Japanese girlfriend for a long time, but I may not succeed. Still want to try. Just an otaku that likes what I like. Tokyo seem hard. Maybe Osaka is a better option, or Nagasaki? Okay, simple answer is I think Osaka people are very open for like different kinds of people, and Tokyo people are like their standard is much higher and more specific, or more superficial, I would say. So Osaka seems like a better shot for foreigners in general. In general, Nagasaki, if you are Christian and then if that's really important to you, yeah, Nagasaki has more Christian people, although it's still not so many. But compared to the other prefectures in Japan, Nagasaki has more Christian people. So there's that. But before choosing where to go, you have to polish yourself first, right? You have to look decent, you have to get your shit together, you have to be, like friendly and approachable. So, ignoring all those things, you will not be successful anywhere you go, right? So, it's not really about where to go, which prefecture to go. But if you think you are ready, you look presentable, um, you are like friendly, you have a like some amount of Japanese language skill, then I would say Osaka seems like better shot. Many Japanese actually do understand English. They are just shy speaking it. Exactly, yeah. Rato, John だっけ? See you. But I will need the visa to live with her again. If you first come here, let's say you can get like tourist visa, right? You can stay up until like 3 months or something like that, and then use that time to apply the visa. And if once you apply the visa, you will get the documentation that allow you to stay in Japan until the visa status updated. So you can apply visa. Oh. Yeah. And until then, you stay in your girlfriend's house, a wife's house. Yeah, wife's house. I think that's possible. I think that's possible. But again, yeah. It's probably best you guys. So yeah. 'Cause if you, as long as you stay, well, I guess I shouldn't comment on that one because I'm not a lawyer, and then my information might not be all like correct. So I would just don't comment. But it's best if you guys have the same address and living together. If not, there is a way. As long as you guys are legit couple, there are ways to show that, right? Like show your pictures together, stuff like that. Also need to be married at Japanese City Hall. So, Justin, so そうですね。Even if you are married in the US, that's not really a proof. You can't get spouse visa unless you are married in Japan. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thanks, Justin. A decade ago, they didn't even actually check. If you were married, they generally just let you travel. Assuming that's not currently correct, given what people say now. Yeah, seems like getting green card sounds like hard. Oh, yeah, even for Japanese people. Even they do get it, it takes like a year, right? So, my green card on green card is something else, not just a marriage visa, right? Right, green card is more like a permanent visa. So yeah, it's more serious than just marriage visa. Motionless puppet. I'm coming to Osaka this April. April. Sounds good. Yeah, Osaka is fun. Osaka is fun. Nice. Frank, thanks for the super chat. ね、I will give you a new sticker. ね、だなー。これですね。Space Shuttle Kennedy Space Center ね。Kennedy Space Center. This camera is not good at details, sorry, but it says Kennedy Space Center. It's got space shuttle, and it kind of looks like 何切手ってなんていうの切手money you put on letters なんていうのこれ how do you say this 何 You put it on letter as a fee. It says 62 cents. But yeah, space shuttle for Frank. Thank you. Did you have any culture shock moments while in Florida? Yes, yes. Culture shock ね。本当にさ。Like, I can't get over it. I can't get over this. How many times I go to the US? The food portion, the size of the food is insane. Insane in the US. It's just so big. Like, for example, steak. I had a steak, American steak, big steak. At the restaurant, I ordered it, just one portion for myself. And it took me 3 days to finish it. 3 days steak, you know. Because it's so big, I can't finish it at the restaurant, so I, take back with me. And then, I don't want to just throw it away, so I kept eating it. It took me 3 days, like 3 meals. Right? Almost every time, every restaurant, I just can't finish it. right? So I always have to take back with me leftovers, right? Um, yeah. And then how many times I go to the US? It's like I don't know. I think it's almost like 10th time coming to the US, but never ever can get over it. Just too big. あ、そっか。It's called stamp ね。Stamp. Cool, cool. Stamp. Thanks, thanks. I'm a bear. Welcome. That's why we are fat here. まあね、people are big there. People were big there. Yeah. And I think it's so I get it. You can take back with you. You know, take the leftover back with you, and then you can still finish eating. But I think I think this food portion is toxic, right? I think it's toxic because if you are in the restaurant and have a meal, have a food in front of you, it's hard to control yourself. Okay, for my health, I only eat quarter of it, and then I'll just take the leftover with me. You can't really do that. You don't do that, right? You don't. Uh, you eat how much, however you can eat, how much ever, I don't know, the amount of meal you can eat, and you make yourself really full, and then you may take the leftover with you. But it's already like so much. You've already had so much, right? You always eat so much or too much at the restaurant because the portion is so big and the food is right in front of you. It's fresh. It's better. Eat it now, you know? So you most likely eat too much when you eat out in the US, right? That's that's not healthy. That's not good for your health. And also the food waste is insane. I'm sorry, but I just can't watch it. I can't watch it. All the food's going to waste because the portion is too much. Many people cannot finish it. They may take it back with them, but just sitting in the refrigerator for a few days and then they dump it. I'm sure it's not everybody. It's not everybody, but I've seen too many times people doing that, right? So the because of the food portion, it's easy to do so. Easy to just cannot finish it and then go waste. Um, yeah, I think the food portion, the size of it is just not good for anybody who are trying to be healthy, trying not to be wasteful. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, I like how Japanese food portion is very small. And then, we have some like greasy foods like ramen, gyoza dumplings, yakiniku, all that kind of stuff. But it's hard for you to just eat too much because the portion is just smaller, right? So yeah, it's hard to get overweight as long as you just keep the portion in Japan. You know what I mean? And then so much less food waste. So yeah, that is always a culture shock to me whenever I visit the US. Um, yeah. But also, I really appreciate the space they have. Big space, bigger houses. It looks so much more pleasant living in US houses. You know, you actually have more spaces to like decorate the house, put the big TV on, have pets, um, cook cook in a big kitchen. Like the quality of life just goes up because you guys have more space. Like here in Japan, well, if you live in countryside, I think that's another story. But most of the people in Japan live in like urban area, and in Japanese urban area, the space you can get is small, so small, right? It's not so pleasant living in small houses, you know. So yeah, I really enjoyed houses, and Hiro enjoyed that too. He can, have more space to move around and explore. So yeah, I think that was a really nice thing about the US. People are so friendly. People say hi to each other when I walk around the house. There are like walking area, like a walking area and parks. People like greet each other, and then they may have small conversations. And cashier at the store, they are friendly. I still remember. I kind of blew my mind. I went to Sephora. I'm sure you guys don't know Sephora. It's a cosmetic shop in the US. So I was shopping there and then went to the cashier. And the lady at the cashier, she's like white lady. And I was struggling to pay money because I still don't know like which coins are worth like some cents, and so I was like, oh sorry, I don't really know how to use money here, and then I'm just a visitor. And then she was like, oh, where are you from? And then I'm Japan. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's so great. I'm actually thinking about visiting there and then eventually moving there. And I was like, oh my gosh, the random Sephora lady, uh, actually considering moving to Japan, which was like, it was nice to hear. Well, she was like, maybe she was just sick of US for some kind of reasons. We didn't talk about anything, but she was like, I'm down with US. I'm down with Florida. So I want to move somewhere kind of situation. And then, she's thinking about Japan, which is like flattered as a Japanese. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can actually have like conversations, like small conversations like that in random places, which is great. I don't feel so lonely even when even if I move there. You know what I mean? So like the real life connection they have is um I enjoyed it, you know. Sometimes maybe not in some situations, but I think it's generally nice that you can talk to like people. In Japan it's not really like that. So I still like that aspect of the US, yeah. You have to train yourself to eat half and take the rest to go. Yes, yes. You have to train it. And right? We have bigger stomachs compared to Japanese. yeah, I think because stomachs, I think I believe stomachs stomachs shrink, or it can get bigger too. Yeah. Mm. So I could go for a steak, but sadly I have no steak. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Depends on the state. We do make the portions too large for most people. They are too small for me, but I'm very, very tall person and need more food. まあね. Like, but still though, even if you need more calories, more portions, then get two of those. Get two of smaller portions, right? Am I wrong? If you need more food, fine, get two of those. But one portion, I would prefer smaller, each portion, you know what I mean? I always order two meals. Wow, wow. Yeah, I mean, big guys, if you're a big guy and eat more, then good. Get two portions, you know what I mean? Always take the leftovers home to give to my doggos. Okay, okay. Yeah, America has super science isn't large enough. Right? What can we say? Food is our entertainment. It's also a fault when we overdo it. Oh, so ne. Everything is extra. Everything is extra there. Yeah. Like food, food, people, uh, yeah, everything is extra. Yeah. Decorations, yeah, super extra. Nobody eats slow at every meal, allows my mind time to catch up with my stomach, right? I'm trying to lower my portion size for meals. Looks so small on the plate. I need smaller plates. Oh, いいかもね. Yeah, having smaller plates, yeah, that helps. Would keep in mind my Japanese lines, do something different too. They make the amount of food to you. Yeah. Eat off of small plates is good trick to eat small food. Smart, smart. That's just how it is. Consistency depends on the person, but we always hungry. So. なんかね, I think it's crazy how, easy to overeat in the modern society, right? Because you know, people want to sell food. So people give more. Hmm. And for us, it's just so convenient to get food. We don't have to hunt anything. We don't have to grow anything. Somebody else do it and sell to us. So we are not hungry and as long as we have money. Also, I believe US drinks, soft drinks have a much higher sugar content. Really? まあでもね, compared to us, Japanese people, we always have like selection for like tea selection in the soft drinks. But in the US, it's mostly like sugar, 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 right? And again, the portion, right? This, I would say, this is like a large in Japan, large size soft drink. Or coffee, large size coffee, I would say. And even if it's like soft drinks, it's like middle size or something like that. And if you go to the US, this is middle size. I'm not joking though. They give you a cup of this size, and then you will fill in whatever the beverage you want, right? Lemonade, Coca-Cola, Sprite, right? Much, much taller. Like, this is not medium, bro. Yeah. I'm a bear. Thanks for the super chat. I had for breakfast last week a 12-ounce steak. I don't do ounce. I don't know what gram is. Roasted red potatoes, bread, and cocktail. So good. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm a bear. Thank you so much for the support. The biggest problem we have is the additives in our food, chemicals, preservation, food, and coloring that's harmful. So, so much color. So colorful. ね。snacks, candies, super colorful compared to Japanese ones. Yeah. Chemical, I don't know much about, but there are for sure some products we can't import from the US because that may cause cancer and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Japan has many like additives too. 添加物ね。But I can't say it for sure, but yeah. I try to be mindful, especially after Hiro was born. I try to check what is inside and try to pick up the things that have less additives, and then try to cook my own food, like not less processed food and stuff like that. But yeah, you can be mindful about that, right? That person who wants to move to Japan is probably sick of eating a lot of food. Probably sick of eating a lot of. I didn't get it. I'm trying to drop some weight before surgery and to just get healthier. I'm turning 15 in August. そうなんだ. Oh, man. I think, whenever you hit like 30, 40, 50, you think about your health and goals and stuff like that too, right? もうね、yeah, I did health checkup recently, and then the results, well, nothing major happened, but definitely the numbers are like going bad than the last time I took the health check. So yeah, try to do checkups and keep you healthy, guys. Two is better, but not here because then it's way too much, right? Right? Remember, your stomach is about the size of your fist. あ、そうなの？didn't know that. So it shouldn't need so much, right? Like, yeah, not so much. Disney fan, welcome back. Yeah, it's been quite a while. Yeah, we are quite extra here in Florida. No, Florida ね。Florida was fun. Florida was fun. Especially like, you guys have Disneyland, places around Orlando. Everything was nice. Nicey, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not the genuine America experience, but yeah, Orlando. So I used the rest area in Orlando, right? It was so nice. They have like nature, なんだっけ nature food じゃなくて nature plate, nature forgot about it. But like some like food stands and restaurants, they had very clean bathroom. They even had like a gift shop and stuff like that. It was so like nice rest area, which I have never seen in the US. Usually rest stops in US, it's very simple. Just washroom, some like or like washroom. That's it, right? um, they rarely have food or like any entertainment. Mhm. But here in Japan, we take rest area so seriously. In Japan, we have like gift shops and many food trucks, like nice restaurants, like nicer kana restaurants, um, farmers, like farmers shops, farmers market, like so many things they offer in Japanese rest areas. So I hope you have a chance to do some like driving in Japan, but in the US it's not a thing. So I was quite impressed how Orlando rest area did does, you know. Yeah. I was taught as a child to finish everything on my plate. I hear my father in my head saying you are not moving until your plate is clean. But I think many people are raised that way, right? So it's it's in your head. You have to finish it. Um, and then when the portion is big, it just makes you fat, you know? Yeah. It's like at the fast food chain Sonic, they have the RT44 person. Hmm? Portion. Didn't get it. Think the cans of soda are 12 ounces. A cup is 8 ounces. Oh, okay. Uh, in my earlier comment, I was talking about the person you met here in the US who wants to move to Japan. ああ、はいはいはい。セフォラレディね。キャシアね。Okay. What 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 was wrong? Probably sick of eating a lot of food. ああ、はいはいはいはい。そうかもね。She was a very, slim lady. Maybe that was one of it. Yeah, one of the reasons. Yeah, now I understand. Hmm. Do they give you specific advice on how to improve your health? Yeah. If you ask, you can get like a consultation with a like the professional, but I didn't take it. So they just give you a paper, and then yeah, the result. Mm. But I didn't have a major issue, so I didn't take the consultation. But if I did, I would definitely take it. My Osaka lines just eat whatever. My US lines like sugary pastries and stuff like cake, donuts, cupcakes. Oh my gosh. Muffins, donuts, cakes, toads. So good. ね pies. I gained 3 kilograms during the visit. Just 3 weeks plus visit, I gained 3 kilograms. I don't know the pounds. Probably like 3 pounds とかかな ?3 pounds? 4 pounds? No, not 4 pounds. Ah, I can't do pounds, 3 kilograms, yeah. Uh, there are few nice rest areas outside of Orlando, but not many. Most are just spots to use the restroom and get a snack from a vending machine, then get back on the road. Right, right. What I used to, but the conversations are okay. I think the best way to lose weight is to count your calories and just walk every day, at least for an hour. I don't recommend this because it's painful, but you could try fasting, as in not eating, right? Yeah, yeah. Counting calories is probably the best way. It's, the way to be always mindful about what you eat, and walking, exercising. Yeah. And again, US people, most US people use cars. So they don't really walk. They don't have a habit to walk around. In Japan, especially Tokyo people, they walk every day to commute or stuff like that. So we generally walk and do like some level of exercise, but if you just let it be in the US, right? You just use cars, never walk, and just eat the portion that you were given from restaurants or supermarkets, you can easily just get fat. So I definitely understand because of the lifestyle and portion, food portion that are given to you guys. It's I understand it's easy to be overweight or unhealthy. You really have to you have to stay strong, not to eat so much, and then get up your ass and then just walk or do some kind of exercise. You know, it's really understandable, which is kind of, yeah. That's why I said it's kind of toxic. Or unhealthy, I would say unhealthy. David, welcome back, and then thanks for the big donation. I think it's time. I think it's time to use this new sticker, huge sticker, to you, to David. Bam! Is this like a sticker? Not even a sticker. It's almost like a coaster, magnet coaster. But yeah, I think I already showed you in the last live stream. But yeah, it's a Hokusai ukiyo-e wave with duck. I love it. This is so cute. So yeah. Thank you, David. I mean, you see, even these magnets and stickers are just bigger compared to Japanese stickers, right? Like the bigger size would be like, well, this one's quite big, I guess. But mostly my stickers are like, like much smaller than this, right? Yeah, even stickers, magnets are bigger in the US. But hey, these are cool new magnets, right? And thanks for the support. If you were to visit Cleveland, Ohio, I would recommend seeing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, I think I've heard of it. うん。オハイオね。オハイオ。うん。Ohio. It's not a huge tourist area, right? Right. And here is David. Yeah. Go, ジョガス、ジョ go, ジョーガストかな、ジョーガストフィル。Hello. I'm trying to lose weight, cut down alcohol, and quit smoking all at once. Oh, you'll have to stay strong. Stay strong. ね。そうね。Smoking. Yeah. Like, there's no benefit in smoking, right? It's just it's just a habit. Some people might enjoy, but when it comes to health, there's no benefit. Yeah. まあ、alcohol as well. But I think smoking is, I don't know, I just can't do smoking, right? I don't want to have people around me like smoking. Like if they do like separately, like outside restaurant or things like that, it's fine. But I can't just be with people who are smoking, right? Just I can't do the smell. ね、yeah. So I I've I know I was not being present on my social media, but I was still working, right? I was still doing a matchmaking service. Actually, I had four matchmaking last month and this month. And when I find like matches, right? People have some like criteria, right? And then especially from women, smoking is a huge like turn off. Like no smoking guy, please. If he smokes, no matter how he's attractive, no. So it's a huge disadvantage, even when you are in the dating market or even matchmaking, marriage, to find a serious relationship. So that's why I'm saying there's no benefit. Like people can accept alcohol, right? Even if you drink. I mean, as long as you're not alcoholic or anything. Many women are cool with drinking, but not smoking. So yeah, if you want to be included in my matchmaking service, quit smoking. Because I can't really find women for you. It's that huge deal. Yeah. Yeah. And but the matchmaking is going well. I found me and my co-host found four matches, and then out of four, three matches are still connected and then exchanging messages, planning on meeting, having dates. So I think it's quite successful. Yeah, and I'm happy to see like those participants are enjoying, uh, you know, excited for the new potential partner. Especially it's not a random person on dating app. It's just selected by me, me and my co-host. So yeah, it makes me feel happy. I'm really glad. They matched and processing their early stage of dating. I hope at least one of them become like an official couple or maybe get married in the future. You know what I mean? I'm excited for that. Mm. And if you are wondering how to be included in my matchmaking circle, come to my dating consultation first. Because I obviously I don't accept men I don't even know. Even if you know how handsome you are, how successful you are, how awesome you are, I don't know you. So please come to my consultation service first. And even if you are in the matchmaking circle, I can't assure you to find a woman because I'm not a big matchmaking agency, right? I'm not a matchmaking agency. I just introduce women I personally know, or I have a co-host, Misa-san, who is teaching Japanese women English, and uh, those Japanese women are interested in dating and getting married to foreigners. So so far it's either her customers or women I personally meet or know, right? So it's a small circle, but my main thing is dating advice, not matchmaking. So yeah, but if you still want to, uh, if you want to be introduced, then come to my dating advice service. The link is in the description. most cities are not walkable here unless you live in the downtown area, right? I live outside of Tampa and can't walk to work. Yes, I walk at work, at lunch. So now you have to make that a habit. Like, I don't know, maybe park your car a little far away from your uh, office とかね. Like, you have to really make it, right? But here, we just have to walk. So there's the huge difference. Johnny, Tokyo is a metropolitan city, second largest in the world. The US is an open space. You need a car. Yeah, I'm not saying that like it's just how it is, right? US, you require, car is a requirement, and in Japan, we just walk. Steven, Steven Berry. Hello. Don't take on more fuel than you burn. That's my method. Yeah, that's how it goes. If you want to lose weight, yeah. Well, it's not a body weight issue, it's a size issue. Bone density makes you weigh more and will get denser as you train. Oh. Stick, is it okay if I smoke Civic? What's Civic? By the way, welcome back, Stick. Smoking makes us think bad, and yes, do that too. Get that it's not all that healthy to be a smoker. 你好, bin cheating. Yeah, I've been thinking about quitting for a long time. If I had had a partner that didn't like smoking, I would try harder. Yeah. そうね。there was a customer like that. Like, he currently smokes like electric cigarette that doesn't stink as much as the like real cigarette, but he's still a smoker, but he doesn't smoke outside the house, inside the house, and then it's just because he have nothing to do, and then he just get bored and smoke. So if he finds a woman, he's gonna quit. He can easily quit. That was his deal, right? And then a woman accepted, and then they met. And then we did a matchmaking session, and then it went well. So I think there is a solid goal, like ambition to go. If you share your ambition, right? As long as you can promise to quit, then you still have a chance. But in general, you know what I mean? Smoking anything is a huge turn off. そうね。Why? If I do a burnout in a car, does that count as smoking? Whoosh. There's a matchmaking in Japan. If so, can they hook me up with an otaku girl? Hook me up. Where can I look into this service? Last I tried, they want to arrange marriage. I want to date first before I do that. Last I tried. What did you try? Which agency did you try? So matchmaking service is actually becoming quite common in Japan. People who want to get married, they register in a matchmaking association, the database of matchmaking association. There is a big matchmaking association in Japan. And then there are agencies who can use the data, like the pool of candidates. And then when it comes to those agencies, there are many types of agencies, such as like agencies for otaku people, right? That's a Japanese agency, so they probably don't have English support, I think. So if you don't speak in Japanese, then you might have hard time to get help from them even. Also, there are few matchmakers for foreigners, matchmaking agencies, ne? Agencies who take foreigners to introduce to Japanese people. Yeah, but most of the time they use almost the same like association, right? The database is mostly the same. So yeah, yeah. And when it comes to that association, right? The association who have this big pool of people, there are so many rules. So you have to play by the rule, right? And one of them is that you have to, if you find a woman that you like and then you match with, first you have to decide whether you get married or not within 6 months or a year, かな? You know, if you start dating, you have to get a arrangement, like you have to engage. You have to be engaged within like 6 months. I think that was 6 months. Maybe it was 1 year. But that's one thing. And also, as long as you are in the agency, right, and then dating this woman, on the dating phase with this woman, you cannot do stayover. You cannot make trips. You cannot. You can make trips, but you have to get a separate room because no stayover, no sex. You can hold hands. You can hold hands. You can kiss, but no sex until you get engaged and leave the agency. Which I'm pretty sure is a huge, huge deal breaker for many foreign people. Think it's working because it's Japanese people, and then people in Japan don't prioritize like sex and like those like all the sexy things as top, because it's a marriage agency. It's not about super dopamine, sexy time, all the nasty things. You know, it's about marriage. You are looking for a partner to have a long-term relationship with, to have this marriage contract. So it's not really about the physical connection, but you can still feel attracted to a person without having sex, right? Technically, you know, enough to get married to. Maybe it's not the person you bang every night, but it doesn't have to be that way when it comes to marriage. That's their rule. That's their nani? That's their principle, right? And then I think it again, Japan bans anything when they have inconvenient situation, right? I think that comes from, you know, the trouble, right? If they allow you to have sex or stay over, it's gonna get messy, right? Oh, this guy slept with me, but he dumped me. He said no. That causes like trouble between agencies, but because you know agencies exchange their like members, introduce their members to each other, right? So it causes, if my for example, if my customer causes problem like that with other women from other agencies, they probably not gonna take my customers anymore, right? So I think the banning any physical like, intimacy, I think that's to prevent those inconvenience. So you have to follow. You have to follow, and if you break that, you will be in the blacklist, and you are not gonna be introduced to other women. So yeah, but in my matchmaking, it doesn't go like that. I'm not the agency, so you can make a normal procedure. You start seeing and you start dating, and then you may get physical, and then you can take time more than 6 months. So yeah. Antonio, thanks for the super chat. What about weed? これね So, first off, thank you for the support, Antonio. I think it's obvious though. Weed is banned in Japan, all over the nation. And it's highly, highly taboo. So some people might think you are some kind of like gang if they know you are smoking weed. Yeah, like it's that much big of a deal, you know. A Japanese person in the US is not a Japanese person in Japan. Yeah, they're different. Trying to catch up. Hold on. I think I'm lost. I'm lost. People are smoking, topic, smoking. あ、おみーる。おみーるトマソン。Welcome. Honda Civic. Burnout is turning the back wheels but not moving and the wheels burn. Ah, okay. Burnout. People from Osaka might, but that's only a me. I don't remember the agency. It was years ago. I just googled matchmaking and there was a phone number. I called just to get information and that's when they told me it's marriage matchmaking. Yeah. Matchmaking means that it's for marriage. That's what matchmaking is. And then I don't really know any agencies for just dating. So literally hook you up kind of agency. No. If you just hook you up, if you just want them to hook you up, that you use match じゃなくて you use dating app, not matchmaking agency. Yeah. I cleaned the whole house, the carpets, the walls. All she had to say was, "You left bubbles on the dishes." What can I do if someone complains no matter what? ああ、はいはいはいはい。はいはいはいはい。これね。わかるよ。Yeah, yeah. Yeah. ね。So, I I understand the part that so when in general, I'm sure there are many like exception and stuff, but in general, like women do like very specific job on housework, right? When they wash dishes, it's not, it's completely clean, and then when they do like laundries, it's like folding in certain ways, like very like specific or more like precise maybe. And when men do, the details don't really matter, but more of a fact that it's done, right? まあね、revolutionary speaking, women care more about details than men. So it's understandable that she notices the little things that you missed out in the housework. She just notices more easily, like more sensitive to those things than you do, right? That's their so for you to take it easy, it's just women's brain. They notice little things. But obviously she needs to she needs to um let that go sometimes. Like okay, she can maybe state that like, oh, there's a bubble. There was still stain on this plate or something like that. She should appreciate all the things, all the other things you did, right? she's definitely taking it for granted. Yeah. So I feel sorry about that. I feel sorry for you. うん。ね。でも気づいちゃうんだ。Women tend to notice more. うん。Like more details. Like that's in our brain. Yeah. うん。でもね。そうだね。Yeah. I think I suggest you mention that when she is when she seems to be like not stressed, you know, when she's probably not on her period, not like when she's more like happy, right? When she's more in a good condition, you can mention that, like, just accept what she said, right? Oh, yeah, yeah, sorry, I missed out the bubble, but hey, I did all the other things. I cleaned this and this and that. I think you should kind of mention that. Not in a negative way. You can mention that. And then she will probably notice that too. If you mention that, she will notice, especially when Japanese woman, when she will notice that, yeah, I forgot to appreciate what he did. I should be better about it, right? Don't just scold. Because, you know, the goal is not to fight against her, right? So just mention it casually when she is more like not stressed. And then I'm pretty sure she will notice. She will be better about it. うん。Doesn't feel like a deal breaker at all. Makes sense for a program focused on long-term commitment and marriage. うんうんうん。そう。まあ、it's a to me it might be a little extreme, like no stay over, no sex, right? It's a little extreme to me, but I understand the concept, right? Because I think if you if you are too focused on like all the dopamine, physical, sexy thing in a relationship, you will lose the you know the most important things in a long-term commitment, like you say, right? So yeah, うん、そうだね。I think some people just focus too much on that, too much on like sexy things, right? もう oh my gosh, sexless. We are なんだよ the couple doesn't have sex for a month. Oh my gosh, deal breaker, they should get divorced. Like, so much drama out of it. Like, there are times like that, especially when you are with the person for a very long time. Uh, there are like kids, there are like life going on, and having sex is not always the top priority for couples, right? So なんかね yeah, but I see some people very much focused on that part of the relationship. So ね。うん。 Victor, はい。I need to get a prescription in Japan too. My medications are not prohibited. Is it is it tough to get them there? I need to get a prescription in Japan. Prescription? What kind of prescription? Did I miss out anything? Like what kind of it depends on what kind of medicine you are taking, right? If Japan doesn't allow that medicine, which can happen, uh, you can't take that medicine in Japan. But what kind of medicine? But we have hospitals. We have healthcare insurance. Uh, so you don't even have to pay so much as in the US. It's only 30% you have to pay. Much cheaper. So when it comes to the cost of those prescription, no need to worry. If you can afford in the US, you can definitely afford in Japan. Yeah. ちょっとね、your comment is too long to read. Sorry, Susan. I just can't read so long. I have to keep going, you know. えーっと、あれゼロン。Hello, welcome. I give it a I give it up on the first date. えーえー the rule? Okay. If you feel a crave, stuff your face with macas. Ah, cigarettes, quitting cigarettes. Sexy makes the world go round, though. In a, in a, it's a part of it, but you can't just procreate and then not caring about the long-term consequences. We are not living in the third world. So you have to be a responsible parent, you know, and to have a healthy, you know, healthy relationship creates healthier offsprings. So yeah, and again, in that case, sexy thing, it's not the only thing you should care about. It's mostly schedule. What is it? Oh, スーザンじゃないのスーザン、ちょっとね、I can't read some of the names, though. My partner never wants to be intimate, but I can almost always change her mind. I can almost always change her mind. Okay. うんうん。そうね。Be healthy, happy, wealthy, compatible, have a lot of fun, be true. Yeah. The first world wouldn't be here it wasn't for sexy time, but yeah, other things matter too, like running a nightclub. Okay. when it comes to is it responsible parent? I don't know if that's the right connection, but there is a topic I see everywhere on social media, or media in general, like worldwide media, right? Is the monkey baby called Punch. Punch-kun. Punch-kun. In case you don't know Punch-kun, it's a little monkey, baby monkey, who is struggling to get into a like a community, monkey community, because uh, his mother kind of gave up on Punchy, Punchy, Punch, him kana him. I don't know if it's a boy, but they say Punch-kun. It must be a boy. Um, so yeah, his mother monkey gave up on raising him, so he can't really join the community, and then he's always alone. And because he's alone, and he doesn't have a mother, he is always holding a uh, orangutan plushie from IKEA, which is like right? Um, yeah, and that I think it started from local, right? But it now it's a worldwide topic. Everyone, like even non-Japanese influencer, like non-Japanese related influencers and media talk about the baby monkey Punch. Um, yeah, and the monkey is actually in Chiba. It's a zoo in Chiba. Yeah, I've been there as a kid, and then I recently revisit the zoo with Hiro. Uh, it's a small zoo, but it's quite nice. Um, so yeah, but they've been having monkeys decades and decades. They've had monkeys like Punchy, like the monkeys who cannot like join the community, because joining the community for monkey is it's a huge deal, right? Huge issue. Uh, they've had experiences and how to get them back to the community. Um, so I think they are managing, but yeah, similar seems like I think most of people are like, oh, I'm rooting for you, Punch, um, poor Punch,頑張って kind of situation. But some like animal protect association, they are hugely criticizing the zoo and stuff like that. Which I think there are things we can improve, especially like zoo in Tokyo area. They tend to be very small and then not so like healthy for animals. Um, but I think when it comes to Punchkin, I think he's just it is how it is. If mother monkey abandon the baby monkey, the baby struggles, and then you know uh, probably in the nature, Punch would have been probably dead because nobody fed him or anything, right? So I think they're just doing all right, but obviously there are criticism to the zoo. But what do you think? What do you guys think? If you have heard of Punch? CNN says there's improvements with Punch-kun. Yeah. He's been, slowly getting into our community, making friends with other monkeys. Yeah, and then he's not so he's not relying on the orangutan plushies not so much anymore. He doesn't really need it anymore. So there's improvements, and then he's doing all right. But yeah, I think many of us, it's like no, like なんだろう, very inspiring. Like really, he really makes us want to uh, support him, root on him. Punch the Monkey just makes me think of Ape Escape. Really? He's a rare baby Manik at the Ichikawa City Zoo in Japan. Yes. It's in Chiba. Yeah. I've seen the images before, but didn't know what they were from. Yeah. Because it's just the story became huge. They don't really mention which zoo he's at or anything, but it is in Chiba. I'm from the hood. I seen a lot of lonely baby monkeys. Grown up, I was one of them. Maybe that's why I grew up to be a big wild gorilla. Okay. Hmm. Oh, Sean, welcome back. I grew up watching Magira, Magira gorilla. No idea. Yeah. But yeah, seems like that zoo had so many visitors because of Punch, and recently even Lisa from Blackpink visited to cheer him up. you know, Lisa in that zoo? It's like nowhere in Chiba. Um, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that Punch is popular, and then everybody is cheering for him. Mm. So yeah. Also, IKEA Japan donated many orangutan plushes for uh, Punch because sometimes it runs out, and then they wanted to support, also cheer him up, I guess. Lisa is the only Lisa I recognize. あれでしょ? あの the singer for Demon Slayer. まあね, that is Lisa too, but yeah. Blackpink Lisa is half Korean, half American かな? Yeah. She doesn't even live Japan, so she visited. The fact that she visited there is like kind of blows my mind. Oh, by the way, more completely different topic, but I have a scar here, and then good thing I only show this side of my face during the live stream, but I have a scar on this side. Yeah, Hiro scratched me. He's like a monkey, wild monkey even. He just randomly, like all of a sudden, scratches, hit, kick things like me or other peers even, which makes me feel so bad. even on the last day in Florida, I took him to a park, and then there was a little girl, like a little smaller than Hiro. They were like kind of like started to mingle, and then I was like, okay, he's starting, he's making friends. That's cool. But for some reason, he like all of a sudden he pushed her from a little like a thing like like a wooden made ladder じゃないけど it's a little higher, not as dangerous, but a little high place. He pushed her from there, and then of course she started crying, and then mother was like, oh my god, are you okay? Luckily the mom was not like extreme mother. She was, she understood that Hiro was still like small, and then some kids just cannot like control anything, any of their behavior. She understood, and then like I apologized, right? I'm so sorry, I feel so bad, like so sorry. And then she was like, yeah, that's fine. And then we had just had to leave the park, which was really sad. um like, but he just does that. He can't control, and then I assume like it's probably just small thing. Like the girl was more like very reserved, and then like not so bubbly. Like not energetic enough to play with Hiro. Hiro wants to like play, like run around, or like play with bulldozer, like those stuff. So when those kind of kids come up, he has no issues. Just play with those kids. But sometimes it tends to be like a little girl, like girls in general. They tend to be more like they have their vibes going on, right? And then once he thinks that, oh, this girl doesn't have the same vibes as I am, he just pushes or like pushes, yeah, mostly push them away. It's just probably little things like that. And then he has just no control because he's still a 2 year old. But which makes me feel so bad. You know, yeah. And then he has that kind of things. He does those kind of things on me too sometimes. And then, yeah, I got a scar on my face, which is bad. I hope he grow out of it. Yeah. But I was so kind of like scared, like taking Hiro to parks in the US, because like I can deal with Japanese moms, right? Like no kids are just kids. I didn't have issue with kids there, but I was like, can I deal with their moms? Does you know? And then compared to Japan, American people likes to take it to the court, right? I sue you kind of society, right? In Japan, we don't really sue each other. Not with small things. But American people have, you know, more of that kind of culture. So I was kind of scared. Like, what if Hiro does what Hiro does, and then some parents get really upset and then try to sue Hiro, right? It's like, mm, very scared. But luckily, the neighbor in that area, Florida, uh, people seem to be more chill, and I didn't have any like parents who were like aggressive like that. Mm. Damn, that's a big scratch. I know, right? It's kind of big. Yeah. It's not so deep, but unfortunately, I didn't cut his nail recently, so the nail really got into it. What did Florida do to you? I know, right? 今、スクランブル交差点で配信見てる。おお、スクランブル交差点ね。D クロッシング。渋谷クロッシング。パイラバー、welcome back! What did Florida do to you, right? もうね。Yeah. You learn that kids will be kids and Hiro is just learning how to be social around other children like him. Yeah, he's still learning for sure, but I hope he grows out of it very soon because I always have to, stay close to him, watch him, and then, be very vigilant. Um, you know, watch out if he doesn't do anything to other kids. Makes me feel so tired, emotionally, physically, both, right? Um, yeah, and then in the US, he was doing mostly good. Luckily, American kids are big as him, right? In Japan, Hiro is always the bigger kids that can harm other kids very bad, And then, and then when he comes to the US, right? He's not as big. He's still bigger, but there are, kids in his age who is like bigger and then, sometimes まあなんか more stronger even. So when he like accidentally bumps to other kids, he is the one um, flying じゃないけど he is the one who get beaten, which is like fine, Hiro, world is bigger than you. There are kids out there who are stronger and bigger than you. You learn that, so that's fine. But so I think he was mostly doing all right. He was mostly doing all right, but until the last day when I went to the park, So I was like okay, he's doing fine recently, and then I kind of like not being careful enough. なんか it feels like that. Yeah, made me feel bad. Sometimes it's just how kids are. You look pretty even with that scar. Thanks. Yeah, I look like a pirate, but sexy pirate. I just thought of the Ace Attorney game. Attorney game, yeah. Use hydrocortisone cream to reduce the scarring. ハイドロコーティソン。なんだろう日本語でなんだろう Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to use once it's not like bleeding. Yeah, it still has like blood. だから I don't think I can put medicine on this, I guess. That's what I like about Africa. They don't sue anybody there either. They don't sue anybody either. ね、まあね。Does the scar heals well? Thanks. I know Hiro can get excited being around other children and he just acts. ね。So I think, yeah, sometimes he just gets too excited. and sometimes he has like friends he likes, and then he does that. He pushes or hits like to get attention from those girls. It tend to be girlfriends, but those friends that he likes. So yeah, can be really small reasons. It's in a way understandable, but I have to watch carefully. KGB, welcome back. I mean, it's a kid to me. It's expected, sorta, but as a dad, I don't get involved unless it crosses a severe line. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's my stance too. Like, things happen because it's kids, but when it goes anywhere dangerous, I have to get in. You know what I mean? Not overly being protective. Once he gets over the terrible twos, Hiro should be okay. My girls are 15 and 13, entering a different terrible phase. Yeah, 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 yeah. I met the mom in the US. She had a boy who is like around like 10, and the girl is 5. And I asked which one is harder, more difficult, girl or boy? And then she was like, definitely girls. Like they might be less like energetic, but at some point they get really sassy and then difficult, you know. So I was like, that's yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe boys are easy after getting out of this terrible two phase. You know what I mean? That's my hope, but who knows? Ahoy, matey! Ahoy, matey! Shivering Tinder, like Nami from One Piece. Oh, that sounds good. I'm Nami. Yeah. Season 2 is out now, or almost out. I want to watch it, but Justin doesn't want to watch One Piece, live action One Piece. So I have to watch some other time that never comes. Yeah, I have to find some time. Hero must have read your book. まあね、もうね、I think so far he is going to be a very abusive, toxic boyfriend. Because he pushes those, you know, girls to get attention and stuff like that. And then sometimes he does like hugging, or even he can blow kisses now to like melt other girls' heart. Oh, he's gonna be dangerous. I have to. Me and Justin have to raise him. Raise him well, not to be a toxic boyfriend or husband. You know what I mean? Kids don't know how to be themselves yet. Morals and manners. Yeah, that we have to teach them. And we have to be very patient about it. Puberty, yeah, oh my gosh. Sassy, so much attitude, right? I watched all the anime episodes of One Piece. Then I gave up at some point. I was even reading comic book of One Piece, but I gave up. It's so long. That's what bullies do get attention. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right now he is bigger than other kids, right? Especially in Japan. He's bigger than most of the kids. He can just do power play to other kids because that's the only way he can do right now. So, yeah, we have to teach him. It makes me proud but also sad for their future husbands. Oh, girls, yeah, must be uneasy. And there are things daughters can learn from fathers, but I think it really depends on mother's attitude, right? That's the difficult part, right? Like, there are things like only women know and can handle, right? So if I had a daughter, I really have to be a good woman, you know what I mean? And then I have to, you know, regulate my emotion during my period and stuff like that. you know. Yeah. This sticker is really visible. Nah, it's good. Nice. Bigger is better sometimes, yeah. まあね、these stickers are mostly from Japanese gachapon. So it tend to be very small. It's cute. It's cute and so much detail. They have very detail. Mm. They are very detailed. I like about that. But sometimes it's just American magnets are just visible and vibrant. Right. I think that's the difference I love, right? Difference between like maybe like big countries like America and small country like Japan. Like small by meaning like small, right? Not like economically small or anything. I think in economic Japan is still quite big, but things are much smaller in Japan. People are smaller. Things like houses are smaller, and many things are smaller. But maybe that is why we care more about details. There is this saying in Japanese, 美は細部に宿る。美は細部に宿る。This means like I'm pretty sure there is saying in English too, but it means that beauty is in details みたいな。Detail matters, right? Look at our gardens, like Japanese gardens. There are so many details, like Japanese, like Teiyen garden, right? So many details are involved. It might be very small. It's not like flamboyance, like they don't have many flowers or anything. It's just stones and all the simple things, like some like trees, maybe a pond or something like that. But it's very detailed, super detailed, right? These work, you know, this was quite expensive because space price. but but this is very vibrant, cool design. But it's probably just like paint っていうかね printed stuff. But there are a little more detail. Yeah, there is a little more detail because it was like more like expensive. That was like $16 or something. And this one is just printed. It was only like $3 or something. Yeah, printed. But both are very like colorful, visible, big, you know. I like that too. Hence, this is for Frank. Like Japanese stickers, gacha gacha, these are super detailed. Some of these gacha gacha crafts are like handmade even. And this was like again $3 or something like that, the price range. And then it has all the small details in this just super little thing. This is what I like about like both culture. America is big, vibrant, colorful. It's just easy to notice, enjoyable. Japanese things, smaller, super small, but there are so many details in it. Yeah. In the US, the nature, super vast, open space, like like ね、なんだっけ、wetland とかね。When it comes to Florida, there are so many like wet land, super big, open sky, like wild animals and stuff like that. And Japanese nature, much smaller. Scale is much smaller, but details like trees and exotic animals, like more detailed. Maybe more services here and there, so you can enjoy um, the sightseeing spot. Like you know what I mean? I like this gap between Japan and America. I enjoy both, but they are just so different. Yeah. And if you come to Japan, I think you understand what I mean. Mm. チェロロ, we had three girls. The most difficult phase was puberty, when they would get ready for school in the bathroom in front of the mirror in the mornings. Wow. 確かに。確かに。これは that's true. As I had a sister, I can confirm. I eat stickers all the time, dude. What? You eat stickers all the time? Father figure and mother figure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Agreed, they learn more from mom than dad. I have to live with them all 3 times the sass. all synced. Yeah. That sounds rough. Morning before school with 3 puberty girls? Wow. メタロッキーミュージックだって。あれセドリックじゃなかったっけ？そうかな。ハロー。With magnets in the back goes on the fridge too. Yeah, yeah. I went to a Japanese garden 5 months ago. I was the biggest thing in it. Oh, I'm sure, yeah. We have too much in one place. Hmm. Smaller things, more details, more thoughtful. Yeah. We put more thoughts in a small thing. Yeah. Size matters. I'm sorry? More aesthetics. Yeah, exactly. Aesthetics. Yes, Japan rarely does anything half-assed like the US. Half-assed. Miranik, thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining. Did you enjoy your time in Florida? I am now engaged to my Japanese as of December, guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said you were going to. Oh, おめでとうございます. Yeah, Florida was fun. Florida was fun. そうね。そうそうそう。Yeah, I think the weather was really nice during February. It was not so hot. Um, but I can't really imagine that was if that was the winter in Florida. How would it be in summer? I can't even go outside. It's gonna be too hot, too humid. Ah, yeah. Because February was already like quite hot, you know. But yeah, February was really nice, and yeah, because of the weather, I could still enjoy like going to the park with Hiro, walk into like there were some like shopping center and walking distance, which was great. It rarely happens in the US, so I could walk outside without using cars. Mm. Good things comes in small packages. Oh, yeah, yeah, very close to the Japanese saying. I'm going to live in Tokyo. Oh, good luck. Good luck. 10 times 20. Okay. How can you tell if a woman is really loving you? It seems to be that 95% of ladies say yes out of politeness, and it can go on for months or even years. But most of them, I don't think they're lying, right? When people say, I love you, or, you know, I really care about you, mostly they're not lying. It just comes from their heart, right? Most of the time. If it's not true, right? If it's not true, it will show. It will show. She might get colder. She might not committed, might not be committed to the relationship. If that's happen, if you feel that way, then you start, you have to talk about it, right? I think it's more than, I think it goes both ways. It's more than it's action matters more than words, right? Like I've seen like tremendous amount of men who are like, oh, I love you, I really like you, I care about you, and then they don't commit to the relationship, right? That happens all over the world. So you need to, I think in the right relationship, you don't really feel that way. But if you feel, you know, if you pay attention to it and if you feel something different, you gotta talk about it and fix as soon as possible. Because if you wait out without noticing, or wait, or even when you don't notice for a long time, that's that's where the loveless marriage or loveless relationship starts. And sadly, it happens more for rich men. Hmm, I gotta say. Because, like, some women hold on to it. Hmm, some women. Because, like, who doesn't like money? So, yeah. If you are more successful rich man, you have to check on, you have to check in if the relationship is going well. You know what I mean? And then I have to stress out it goes both way. Maybe it's not about money for men. Some men just drag women around for their convenience, right? They just wanna have someone gives them attention. They just want someone to have sex with, then just keep a woman for that reason, and then don't necessarily love the woman, you know. So I mean, it goes both ways. It's not just a man woman thing. I don't think, you know. That's why you have to check in. I feel Tokyo summers are more uncomfortable than Florida summer season. I can understand. And I think that's because I think Tokyo gets hot as Florida. Mm. Mm. Tokyo can get hot as Florida, especially Tokyo. ね、more buildings and concrete jungle. Makes you feel even more hot sometimes. And also, yeah, I think that's the reason. One of the reasons, right? Tokyo, you have to deal with this concrete jungle, whereas Florida, it has more space, more nature to compensate the heat. And also, in Florida, you are mostly in a car and buildings, so you don't really actually get to deal with the heat if you are in Florida. But in Japan, you still have to walk to stations to station. You still have to commute and walk, right? That's why you actually have to deal with the weather, right? So it's it makes sense when you feel it feels like Tokyo is hotter, uncomfortable. It's nice chatting here. I gotta go exercise now. お、頑張って。So Australia next, maybe. How do you stop Justin and Hiro from brushing their teeth with shampoo and cleaning their hair with toothpaste? Hmm? Hmm? They don't say 愛してる?愛してるはね, very strong word. We rarely use it. Yeah. セドリックだよね、メタロッキーミュージックって。Thanks for the super chat. セドリックって書くね。Thank you. Oh, he was a troll. There were weird comments, I guess. But how much intimacy should be normal per week in Japan? Intimacy. When it comes to intimacy, これ it depends でしょ。It depends. It really depends. I think active ones, right? Active ones. Probably it happens once a week, right? Like weekdays they work and then, you know, busy, but weekends, yeah. So once or twice a week sounds like active couple. You missed my sticker. Oh. Sorry about that. Yeah. It was kind of blending into the chat. Sorry. あ、そっか。Then sticker. ステッカーだね。Which sticker would be good? ね。まあ、I already gave new ones. So ブタミンかな。Take care じゃないけど。Take care. Pick pills. To Frank. Thank you. And sorry, I missed out. Just tell me, everyone, if I missed any of the super chat. そう。Intimacy はさ、そう。Probably once or twice a week sounds like an active, healthy thing. But like also like it's not like one answer, right? You know, if you live separate, whether if you are living separately or living together, do you have kids? Do you have kids? Is she pregnant? Yeah, like having sex during pregnancy is not really recommended in Japan for some reason, and people tend to be hesitant about it. とか、まあね、if you live in a small house, you don't really, again, with kids, you don't really have chance, even if you want to. So there are so many factors, but if you really want to keep it going, then you have to be in that kind of environment. Yeah, first off, you have to be in the environment, like house environment, work environment. If people, if you guys are working busy, you probably don't have so much energy for the nighttime intimacy. So there are so many like factors, right? So I can't say, oh, you should have sex once a week, twice a week, at least once a month. I can't really say it with like certain numbers. But if you want to keep the relationship healthy when it comes to physically, right? You don't want to be absent. When you can, do it. うん。そうね。 Time change is this week in America. ああ、あれか。あれか。summer time. Summer time. Oh, it really messes me up. Summer time, like scheduling with my customers and stuff. It really like messes me up. Yeah, there is no stable norm. Yeah. Some people are very active. Yeah, then some aren't. And for some of them, they are not like they don't have issue. Hmm. Why Japanese women always leaving their husbands for me? I wanna know the truth about it. I ain't joking. Why Japanese women always leaving their husbands for me? Like they are cheating? They are cheating and then try to come up to you and stuff like that. My ex-wife was more amorous when pregnant, more frisky when pregnant. Well, some women might be like that. Yeah, some women. Hmm. You sure you didn't accidentally scratch your own face with them? Ah, quite, quite. Oh, this is Hiro, but yeah, you're right. I got my nails done in the US, which this part is already kind of broken. Yeah. This is very inconvenient. It looks pretty, right? It looks pretty. I'm really satisfied with how they look, but uh yeah, so many accidents happen. For example, like my like pierces. I don't have pierces, but because when I'm doing hair when I'm doing my hair, uh, I tend to scratch the catch of the pierces and then it falls, which is dangerous. I don't want to lose that pierces. It was not cheap, so I just I don't keep the pierces anymore until I take this nail off. So, I mean, what's good? It was a good holiday nails, but I will take them off, and then I'm not gonna do it again. Not this long nail, you know. Yeah, sexy but dangerous. That's for sure. Yeah, I really like how they look, but yeah. Did Vietnamese do your nails? Exactly. It reminded me of Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul, the TV show, right? The Saul had his like office back in the Vietnamese nail salon, right? And then it's not. It's kind of a stigma, but it's kind of true, right? Most of the nail salon in the U.S. are owned by Vietnamese. Yeah. Hmm. So. And then yeah. But it was a really pleasant experience, especially the pedicure. I've never done that. Pedicure or this kind of like acrylic nails. I've never done that. And then they give give me foot massage, not just pedicure but foot massage and like all the relaxation stuff. Was good. Was really good. I don't know how much it costs because Justin mom paid. But if that was like a money, decent money というか affordable, I would go there like every month or something like that. And I hope more men go there. Actually, there are men. なんか many じゃないけど some men go to the pedicure. Not like they don't get any manicure on, but they go for like one relaxation and two, get out the all the nasty things on their feet. You know what I mean? Like feet can get nasty, right? Like you don't really take care of it. Maybe we wash our feet, but not that extent that you can get in the nail salon, right? They get all the like dead skin out. They cut your nails and polish and stuff like that, so your toes don't look nasty. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, nasty and stinky. So I highly suggest going there, nail salon. You don't have to do nails, but take care of your feet. You know what I mean? Uh, I think it's a good habit. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like that was the first time I go to like any kind of nail salon, right? Not even Japanese one. And then I was kind of self-conscious about my like toenails, right? Because I was on the vacation and then I didn't have a chance to cut my toenails, so it was kind of like a long, and then I felt like maybe my feet don't look, and my feet kind of look nasty, and then it feels bad to go there, right? But the second I entered the nail salon and then saw the lady who were getting pedicure, like did she was about to start her like pedicure session, right? And then her toenails were like, you know what I mean? Like super nasty, like super long, super nasty. She probably doesn't take care of her toenails and like feet in general. Like wow, Florida kind of moment. Florida lady right there. So I was like, okay, I'm not the worst. I think my feet are fine. Yeah. So yeah. Uh, Beowulf, Beowulf's sense. Thanks for the super chat. Will there be part two to your guide on dating apps from your store? Part two, dating app. So the book I am writing is how to date Japanese, like how to date Japanese women, right? That includes a little bit of information about like how to use dating app, but overall it's more focused on like how like where to find Japanese women, or like where is appropriate, uh like how to like plan dates, how like where to go, when to do, when to make commitments, like all that kind of like stuff during the date, right? Like how to get a Japanese woman, something like that. So it's not focused on dating up, but I'm sure you want to read it because many foreign men or even Japanese men, thank you, Bill, don't know about that. And then they just try to wing it. They try to wing it, and women just ghost them or find you weird, find you like unattractive or something like that, and then they just ghost, leave, right? But there is a like certain way, rule to proceed the date with Japanese women. So I want to explain that so you guys don't have to wing it. You guys don't have to just guess it and get rejected or get ghosted without even knowing why it is. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what I'm writing right now. Did you eat anything in Florida that really stood out? Anything delicious? Oh, man. Cuban sandwich. That was great. Cuban sandwich. I've never had it before because I think it's more like a Florida thing, and I haven't been to Florida. Yeah, like super like nani cheese are melting and then pulled pork are so flavorful. The buns, right? The sandwich buns. It's like squished and crispy. That was so good. Yeah. And actually, the the place we got the Cuban sandwich, uh, they mentioned that there is one in Japan too. Like they are the only legit Cuban sandwich place, which is actually a food truck in Japan, owned by like Cuban guy. Um, yeah, they mentioned that food truck, and actually we had the I've had the Cuban sandwich with Justin, the food truck, but because of the limitation in Japan, right? They can't really get the right ingredients in Japan, so it was the closest one you can get in Japan. That's for sure, and that was delicious too. But when I had the real Cuban sandwich in Florida, I was like, okay, this Japan cannot do that. You can't do that in Japan. You can't eat this in Japan, right? So if you want to have the closest one in Japan, because you can't really go to Japan or you can't go to Florida, then you can go to I forgot the name of the food truck, but I'm sure you can Google Cuban sandwich food truck Japan or something like that. They are the only ones, so they will come up. They are legit too, but that's something you can get in Japan. You know what I mean? Mm. It's the same in here in Australia too. そうなの? Vietnamese doing nail salon is more like a thing. Yeah. In Japan, Japanese people own it. Oh, not so many Vietnamese. I think that's actually, you know, again, precise work, detailed work is our thing. Vietnamese are also, they are really good at precise work. That's why they have so many factories and stuff like that, right? But Japan is the same, right? We are also good at like detailed work, so we'd rather go to Japanese-owned nail salon than Vietnamese ones. Mm. What is the best way to meet a more mature Japanese woman? Mature って older ってこと? Like emotionally matured or like a little more older women. That makes a difference. The nail salon phenomenon was started by actress who was the star in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. へえ、そうなんだ。Didn't know that. Knees that's boot. Those toenails were like Resident Evil. Yeah. Her nails makes my back itch. あ、ケイシロー、welcome back. Ironically, I was just telling my girlfriend about how I'm craving a Cuban sandwich suddenly. It's cool how they are flattening. So. Ah, that was so good. I would have that again if when I go back to Florida. That was so good. So good. But again, it was so big. こんな. So I had to eat separately, one for dinner and one for the next breakfast next morning. Yeah. Hiro, his name is short for Hiromatsu. No, Hiro is just Hiro. But yeah, that happens a lot. Like, まあ、例えば、for example, 安弘とか、和弘、Hirotaka. Like, so many names that contains Hiro, and then they just shorten to Hiro. Yeah. Don't be so hard on yourself, like about my toenails. Japanese men go after Vietnamese women. Yeah, that happens. Like Vietnamese women are like pretty. Like they are more like they tend to be smaller, very like feminine, cute. Japanese men like them too, yeah. 50 plus women ね。L サンドウィッチャード。そう。あ、それジャスティンじゃん。Yes, L サンドウィッチャードだって。Yeah. Go there. Go nowhere else in Japan if you want to have Cuban sandwich. Yeah, they are the only one who is closest to legit. Other than that, it's just fake. Like Japanese owned Cuban sandwich truck とか、food truck とか。Yeah, we have tried once, right, Justin? Like in a festival, there was a Cuban sandwich food truck owned by a Japanese guy, and then it was absolutely not Cuban sandwich. So yeah, L sandwichazo. That's the only one. 50 plus Japanese women. Wow, it's kind. Where can we find those women? まあでもね、they tend to be in communities such as like yoga community, fitness community, book community, even 英会話 classes. So yeah, like joining community, real life community sounds like it. Other than that, go to a dating app is one way to find those women. Punky Rooster. Tell me something no BS. どういうこと？巣鴨巣鴨巣鴨ね。巣鴨 might be like 60 plus even. Yeah. Cool, cool. Alright. I've been, まあね、this was, I haven't done live stream so long, so I kept going, but it's been 3 hours. I think it's time for me to go. Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks for joining, and I think from now on, I can be a little more present, obviously. And then from April, well, probably from more like from March じゃない from from May, Hiro started to go to pre-kindergarten, which is like preschool. So I have more time to do my work. I can focus more on my work. So I should be able to make more videos. I can write my ebook. And I think I can do more live streams too. So yeah. So I can hopefully be more present and then chat with you guys and then give you more information. But we'll see. Regardless, thanks for supporting my channel, supporting what I do, and I'll see you in the next live stream. See you. じゃあね。